Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Pam. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a financial educator and coach, helping you to understand and knowledgeably navigate your financial journey so you can build a secure future, regain financial independence, and protect your family. And speaking of protecting our families, today we're going to talk about something very important. Today our topic is living will and trust. I'm curious to know in the comments, does anyone currently have a living will and trust? And why you want to start planning now. Regardless of your age, having a living will and trust is one of the best things you can do for yourself and your loved ones. So let's start first and foremost by breaking down what is a living will and trust, because it can get confusing if you've never dealt with estate planning before. So a living will is a document that outlines your healthcare wishes in the event that you are no longer able to communicate. Have you ever been to the hospital and went in for surgery or for an emergency, and they ask you, do you have a living will and trust? So in the event of illness or an accident, this is how you will communicate your wishes to your family and to any medical providers that may be involved when you are incapacitated or unable to speak. A trust is a legal process of transferring your assets, money, property, any investments, anything you own. These are the things that you want to have inside of your trust. This avoids any conflict. This avoids your family having to go through the long, drawn-out process of probate and handles that process swiftly. So when the time comes, those assets are distributed to your family based on what you have designated in your trust, and it also avoids you having to go through probate. So some of you may be asking, do you really need both? Do I really need both? So the answer is not a simple yes or no. They both serve different purposes, but having both does set your family up for the best possible future. So I have 10 benefits here of why you should have a living will and trust, so that you can see exactly how powerful these tools are and can be for you and your family. Number one, to avoid probate. Probate is a court-supervised process that happens when someone passes away, or if you don't have a will according to the state. Now, probate is very time-consuming and it can take months to resolve, and sometimes years, and it can be very expensive, and you can incur a lot of legal expenses while you're waiting for this process to complete. The legal fees and court costs can definitely add up. So think about this for a moment. You have a will, it's within the court. While that your loved one has deceased, there are still bills that have to be paid. There are still expenses that have to come out of your pocket until the court completes the probate process. So expenses are very costly going through the process this way. Now, on the other hand, with a trust, you can avoid the probate process. It allows your family to access all of your assets without going through the process, without a waiting period or dealing with any extra cost. Next, it ensures your healthcare wishes are followed. Now, this is where the living will shines. Imagine a situation where you are unable to communicate for whatever reason, an illness or an accident. The last thing you want is for your family to be guessing what your wishes are in an already difficult situation. So with a living will, it keeps you in control because you clearly state what your healthcare wishes are, and it takes the burden off of your family during an already stressful or unexpected situation. This way, you know your voice will be heard and respected. Now, here's the big one that not everybody knows about: privacy protection. When a will goes to probate, it is public information. It becomes a part of public record. That means anyone can access it and see what you left behind and who you left it to. With a trust, you avoid that. All of your assets and who inherits it remains private with a trust. In today's world, protecting your privacy is key, especially when it comes to your family and your finances. If you have young children or family members that aren't good with money, you set up the trust, and this will allow you to distribute assets gradually versus all at one time. You can specify the amount of money to be released and when it's released. For example, you may have guidelines at age 18, they receive 50%. At age 25, they receive another 20%. At age 40, they receive the remaining 15%. You get to decide how your wealth is distributed to your loved ones, which basically means you are in control of what happens at all times. Another huge benefit is avoiding family conflicts. Now, we all love our families, but we do know money can cause issues. Without clear instructions, people can disagree on who should get what, and trust me, that can tear families apart, which is sad, but it is so true. By having both a living will and trust, you avoid all of that. It removes the guesswork, and the family avoids having to have those difficult conversations, especially during an already emotional time. Next benefit is the protection of your minor children. With a will, you can name a guardian for your minor children. With a trust, you have the ability to designate funding for education, healthcare, and any other expenses that your minor children may need. Now, here is a little known fact. Estate taxes can eat up a big chunk of what you left behind. But with proper planning, a trust can greatly reduce those taxes. There are specific types of trusts designed to lower your taxes on your estate, which means more of your assets will stay with your family, not the government. Even after you are gone, a trust allows you to maintain control over your assets. You dictate how your money is used and who gets what and when. Maybe you want to leave money for a charitable cause, or maybe you want to make sure that your grandkids finish college before getting their inheritance. You can put all of that in your trust. You set the rules. As mentioned earlier, a living will helps to eliminate confusion within a medical situation. This is going to greatly reduce any tension, any stress, any frustration surrounding your medical situation. At the end of the day, we all want our family to be taken care of. Helps you to rest easy knowing that you have everything in place, not only for yourself, but for your legacy. Stress-free, worry-free documentation in place. So if you're still up to this point and you're still wondering which is more beneficial, I will tell you they are both equally beneficial. The truth is they work together. A living will handles your medical, a trust handles your financial. If you're focused on protecting your assets and where they're going to go, you want to focus on a trust. It's more beneficial for the long term, and it gives you control of your wealth. It helps you to avoid probate, and it helps to minimize your taxes. But on the other hand, if you want to make sure that your healthcare wishes are honored and respected, a living will is the way to go. So that's why I say they are equally as important, because having both ensures that your bases are covered. Your finances, your family, your future are all protected by having both documents in place. So there you have it, the 10 benefits and the key differences between living will and trust. Remember, you work hard for what you have, and these documents are just a way of protecting those assets and providing you and your family with peace of mind. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more financial tips to build a stronger financial future. And if you're ready to get started with your living will and trust at an affordable rate, click the link below to schedule a free consultation so we can get you protected. And let's get started on this amazing financial journey together.